Welcome, Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren. Sorry, I just realized my display wasn't on the right feature. My name is Lauren. This is our Restore and Recharge class, where we'll get our body moving nice and light. And then today I would like to do 5 rounds of some planks and squats. We only have 15 minutes. That's all we need. Let's get started. Body weight. I'll try not to blend into the safe behind me. Yes, it's a real safe. There might be some fun things in there. You'll have to stay tuned. Standing up tall, feet rooted on the floor, butt squeezed, rotate open a little bit. Next, let's start at our head neck. Our chin will tuck gently towards the chest. Then you'll scrape your collarbone with your chin. Nose will go up the wall, all the way across the top of the ceiling to the other side. Down the wall, chin scrapes the clavicle to center, and head stacks up nice and tall. Repeat in the opposite direction, chin towards chest, scraping the clavicle. Nose goes up the wall, all the way across the top of the ceiling. Try to reach towards the ceiling as you do that. Then nose will go down the wall, chin towards the collarbone, scrapes to center, and then just stack your head up nice and tall. Be a bobblehead. Let it wiggle for a second. Good. Let's come to our shoulders. First, at our shoulder blades, rotate your palms forward. Gently elevate your shoulders. Then pull them back into retraction. Pull them down. Press them forward. Keep your arms at your sides. Repeat in the same direction. Elevate. Retract. Pull down. Press forward. Now let's reverse it. Down. Back together. Up. Press forward. Down. Back together. Up, press forward. Let's just pull them back into that retraction, gently depress them down. At the shoulders next, with our palms still facing forward, reach those hands into a light extension. Then to flex, we'll flex our fingers in first, and then slowly curl our wrists. Keep your elbows straight for a second as you have your wrists in flexion. Then bend on the elbows. If you had a rope in both hands, what would it be? Would it be shaped like a U right now because your wrists are in? I would like you to pull that rope tight. Then extend the elbows to the front of the room. Extend on the elbows, reaching out, keeping those wrists in flexion as you pull down to your sides. Extend on the wrist, extend on the fingertips. One more time, little change. Fingers, wrists, elbows. Elbows drive forward, shoulders stay low. This time, welcome to the gun show. Open up. Extend on those arms. Extend on the wrists. Then flex. Flex those biceps, bringing the arms back in. Elbows to the front. Keep the blades retracted as you turn the elbows to the sides. Extend and then extend. Shake that out. To the rib cage. Let's move it. First, we'll slide and glide. Taking our arms out to the side, the cage will slide from one side to the other. As I do this, I'm keeping my shoulders parallel with the floor. One more time to the other side. Back to center. Next, let's practice this in the forward-backwards direction. Slide forward, cage. Slide backwards, back. Slide forward, cage. Keep those blades together. Slide backwards. Now let's link it, creating a nice circle in each direction. Slide one direction. Then take that cage around the front of the circle, all the way to the other side. That back corner, around the back edge of the circle, and then stack it back on top. Repeat in the opposite direction. Slide out to the front. Reach around the front of that circle. Then to that to the other side, around the back of your cylinder, and then stack the cage back on top. Give it a little wiggle. Let's check in with those hips. I have a bar on the wall, either a bar to use for a balance aid or a chair or a countertop or anything that's stationary. Let's point that foot to the front. Then rotate the inseam up towards the ceiling or externally rotate the leg. Now let's internally rotate the leg or hide the inseam rolling in. One more time, rotate that leg open. Keep that standing leg hip push forward as you bring that leg all the way to the side, and your inseam should still be facing forward and you're still tall on the inside leg. Next, roll in on that leg. Then roll back open One more time, roll in. Continue drawing that circle around the back. Flex over the foot, pointing to the front. And then straight leg to the back. Reach open in the hip socket as the leg comes to the side. All the way around to the front. Kneecap then points forward. Pull the leg, returning it underneath. Let's do one more added bonus to really get those butt cheeks fired up. Reach the leg long into the side. Touch the floor. Now, as we reach down into the basement to reach that leg long, both our hips are pointed forward, tall on this standing leg. Let's rotate that inseam in, or internally rotate, but keep the hips the same. Next, reach down to lift up. Reach away from you to lift. You should feel that high butt cheek. 2, 1. Now, externally rotate that leg or inseam forward. Same idea. Reach down to lift up and hold for 3, 2, 1. This time, rotate the leg in. Kneecap faces forward. Reach down and away to lift up for 3, 2. With a straight leg, return underneath, growing up nice and tall. Give it a little wiggle. Let's switch to the other side. Same routine, as long as I can remember. Point to the front. Rotate the leg open, inseam faces up. Next, rotate that leg in, hiding the inseam or internally rotating the femur. One more time, rotate the leg open. Send the leg to the side. Same thing here. Keep the hips level. Rotate the leg in. Rotate it open. One more time, we'll end in internal rotation or hiding the inseam of your pants, continuing around the back of the circle. Flex over the foot. Let's point all the way through to the front. One more time, open. Send the leg to the side. Internally rotate all the way around the back. Flex over the foot and under. And now we'll go to the back. So reach long out the back. Rotate that leg open in the socket. All the way to the front, kneecap faces forward, return underneath. Now, setting the butts more on fire, reach the leg out, touch the floor, touch the floor, touch the floor. Hips forward, tall. Let's first rotate in on the leg, but keep the hips level. Reach down to the basement to lift up. Hold for 3, 2, tap down. Externally rotate inseam forward. Reach down to the basement to lift up. Hold. 3, 2, tap down. Kneecap faces forward one last time. Reach down to lift up for 3, 2. Then straight legs come together. Both butt cheeks should be burning. Whew, give it a little shake. We'll warm up our ankles because those are a very important part of our squats. Let's send our knees towards over our toes. As I'm here, I'm stacked. Shoulders over top of hips. Next, think about extending or standing tall by pushing the hips forward. Notice the difference between me standing up by driving my hips through versus me standing up by straightening my legs. That's a lot on my knees and a lot on my quads. I want you to stand up, use those cheeks, extend the hips. Now, we'll press the knees towards over the toes. Let's stay the same height and peel the heels off the floor. Find that balance. Then put the heels back down. Press to tall. Knees over toes. Find the balance. This time, we'll press out of that and hold. Knees stay straight. Heels come down. One more in reverse. We'll end up all the way on the floor for our first plank. This is also our first squat. Up. Knees bend. Now, keep coming down. With or without your hands, find the floor with your knees. Extend your hips through. Untuck your toes. Sit back for a second. How does that feel? How does that feel? Press the hips through. We're going to walk ourselves out into our first plank here. Our plank right now will just be establishing that tension. So hands under the shoulders, toes tucked, hips lift. Tuck those hips under, bringing your ribs to your hips. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Without moving anywhere, ripple the floor underneath you. Imagine pulling your hands towards your feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, knees down. Tip the tailbone to the ceiling, push the hips back. Don't let that tailbone tuck under. Let's do one more plank. This time we're gonna pull in that X pattern to get that plank tension up. Pull yourself through to your plank. This time, without moving, pull your right hand to your left hip. Then pull your left hand to your right hip. Then pull both across the body. I kind of meet in my belly button. That tension's in center for 3, 2. Push the floor forward, lifting the hips. Slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Let's use our, come back down, come back down. Sorry, didn't get out of that properly. If you're already up, that's okay. I would like to stand up out of that ankle squat. Press the hips forward, tuck the toes. With or without your hands, rock back to that low squat position. Try to find your heels right away. Then press to tall. Whew. Give that a little shake. All right, squat number 2. Let's step our feet into our regular squat stance. So whatever position you might use as you goblet squat or do any other version. Pulling yourself down. Right now, don't move and just pull the floor together underneath you. You should feel those adductors. Pull to bring yourself down. Hang out down here. Now, as we're here, I'm just going to give you side profile. It's going to get a little crazy here. Could we tip our tailbone to the ceiling? Then could we stay here and tuck under? Tip the tailbone to the ceiling. Tuck under. One last time. Tip the tailbone, push down and away to stand up tall. We want that slight anterior tip of the hips in that squat, but we do want to explore both places. Pull ourselves down again. Pull the floor together. Come on down, reach those hips back. We're ideally trying to get our butt lower than our knees, but work towards that. Take your time. Keep your feet heavy on the floor and drive your legs open away from center or externally rotating, adducting, reaching open. And then keep pushing down and away to press to tall. We have 2 more versions. Pull yourself down. Keep your feet heavy on the floor and gently try to internally rotate. Bring it back out. Internally rotate. Bring it back out. Press to tall. One last time, pull the floor together, bring yourself down, and then press up. Shake it out. We'll come back to that plank and add on by pointing a foot and taking a single leg away. Let's do our forward fold to get there. Chin tucks. Keep those hips extended by rounding over top of them. Try not to push your butt back, but fold over top of your hips. Once you're there, walk yourself out into your plank. Maybe you stay in this regular plank or squeeze your cheeks, brace your core. Flick the floor away with a single leg and hold for 3, 2, switch legs, hold, 3, 2, one more time each side. No twisting or dipping as you do this. Switch. Stay square to the floor with those hips. Both feet down. Tip the tailbone to the ceiling as you push your hips back. Walk your hands to your feet and slowly stack yourself all the way up to tall. Whew. Round 3 of our squats. We're going to get a little wider this time and transfer our weight. Pull yourself down into that sumo stance. And then press and find a single leg balance. In this single leg balance, our standing leg is straight. Both our hips are forward. Our knee is to the side as much as possible. We'll point, land center. Up again, other side. Up, hold. 3, 2, land center. Repeat, hold. Keep this leg straight as you straighten this one. And land. Let's pick a spot where our knee could stay at the same height as we straighten that leg. Landing center. One more time. As we do this, this landing should be soft. I shouldn't hear you from here. Last time. Point. Land center. Hop. Sumo style. Give it a little shake. Getting a workout here. Let's get back into that plank position. If that foot challenge was enough for you, stick with that. This time we're going to be taking away an arm without twisting. Let's use our hip hinge. So with your feet just slightly wider than your hips, and I'd like them to stay there for this plank. Walk, push your hips back. Slowly walk yourself out. Now, squeeze your cheeks, brace your core. Without twisting, start transferring weight onto one hand. Maybe you have that light index finger touching the floor for 3, 2, switch. Shoulders are square to the floor. Hips are square to the floor. Switch. One more time each side. Don't let those hips open up. Back to center. Last time. 2 hands down. hips lift. Walk yourself back to your hinge. So butt goes back, hips come up to tall. Excellent. We're gonna widen our squat for one more round, and then I have a not squat but leg exercise for you to finish up. In this wide stance, we will start pulling on the floor. A knee is gonna go towards over the toe. Our other foot is gonna stay connected. I want your spine to be nice and long. Let's bring the ceiling down, stay the same height, and creep across. Foot stays flat. You're only going as low as you can. Take your time, work on this, and you'll slowly be able to get lower and lower. On this last round, we're gonna add a little change to that foot. As we pull ourselves across, this time could we rotate open so that heel is just connected. Then we'll put the foot back down, creep across. Last time, open that leg up, place it down, come to center, press to tall. Heel toe that back in. One more plank for today. The extended plank. Let's walk ourselves out into that forward fold and then the plank position and establish a regular plank. Either stay here, or if you'd like to add on, keep the hips in the same place, walk your hands forward, one step, stay here. If you'd like to add on, walk your hands forward, one step. Keep your hips tucked and your breast squeezed and keep breathing. Walk your hands forward, one step. Make sure you don't slip out and bop your nose. One more if you could. Hold for 3, 2, then walk those hands back in. Oh, my feet almost slipped. And slowly stack yourself up to tall. Our last move of the day, I said 5 rounds of planks and squats, but our last move is still a leg, but it's gonna be in the forward back pattern, also known as a lunge. With your feet underneath you, take a leg and step it back. We're doing high, medium, and low. High, hips are square forward, back leg, vertical front shin. Tuck under that back hip. It might make you bend your knee, and that's allowed. Tucking under, squeezing this cheek. Stay here, gently try to straighten that leg. That's as far as mine goes. Notice the difference between this and this. Stay here for 3, 2. Now pull the floor together, come to mid station. Keep that back hip extended and stacked over top for 3, 2. Let's pull ourselves down and hover. Then knee comes down. Push forward and back, up together. Whew, little shake. Same thing on the other side to finish up. Step back lunge. Establish that vertical front shin square. Tuck under your back hip. Keep it here. Then gently try to straighten for 3, 2. Pull the floor together. Come down to that mid station and hold. Back hip is still extended. 3, 2. Drop even lower to your hover position, pulling the floor together. And then soft landing. Push forward and back on the floor and stand up together. Whew. Give that a little shake. One last plank as promised, just a regular one to finish up. Chop your hips back. Walk yourself out into your plank. Hold for 5 seconds. Squeeze your cheeks. Pull the floor together for 5, 4, 3, 2. Tailbone lifts. Walk yourself back in. Stand up. 15, 20 minutes. Who's counting? But that was a great workout. Thanks for joining me. My name's Lauren. That was a Restore and Recharge class here at the Bars and Bells studio. If you'd like to support our work, check us out on Patreon or our membership page at www.barsandbells.com. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Train strong. Train soon. Stay strong. Goodbye. Oh, guest appearance.